Hello, this is Blake, Knierim-Vlog, and today I'm going to be taking this hardwood flooring. It has grooves on the back and grooves on the side, so I'm going to use a table saw to rip off the grooves, thickness planer to plane off these, and then I already cut the edges off. These are 43 3/4, I think. (43 3/4) inch long. That's how tall my bookshelf is going to be, and it'll have adjustable shelves. So I'm going to go ahead and rip off these side strips. Okay, so now these boards are about 6.5 wide, and now they're smooth on both edges and both ends, which I already cut those. Now we're going to take these grooves off and these marks. So I'm going to do that with the thickness planer. So now I'm going to plane off these grooves, and we want to set our depth. When you have this hardwood flooring, there's little ridges, so make sure you have your gauge on how much you're moving on one of the ridges, because if you do it down here, then you're really going to be taking off a lot, and you don't know that. The least amount, or if you don't take off very much at a time, the blades will save longer. Or last longer, not save longer. That's quite a bit. I'm right there. That's good. Lock it down. Now I will turn on my vacuum, and then I'll start. see the lines, but it'll make it look a little cooler. And that I'll probably put in the inside. Kind of see stripes right here on this board. Looks actually kind of cool. So now we're going to go and cut the shelf, the actual shelf like runners that will hold the books. Okay, so now I have cut my boards. Instead of, I was originally going for 30 inches long or wide for the shelf, but now I just cut these instead to 18 inches, which is 1.5 feet. And I'm just going to leave the grooves on here because this will be the bottom of the shelf. And the shelf won't be tall. I think I'm going to reduce the height of it too. I'll tell you if I do. And the shelf won't be like way up here, which you can't even see on the camera. Way up here to where you'd be able to see it. Then it's going to be like this, so you won't be able to, you're not going to like look under it to see them. So now we'll get ready for assembly. And first I'm going to cut these, the tallness down, and I'll tell you what I cut them to. Okay, so I just kind of lined these up about the spacing that I want. They're all going to be adjustable. I'm going to use my Craig shelf pin jig for this whole thing. I'm just going to do it all the way down, so that way you can move it anywhere you want, because whenever I use these type of shelves that have adjustable holes in them, it seems like I always want the shelf where there's not a hole. So I'm just going to do it all the way down. Probably on both sides. Both sides of each board, like right here. Okay, so I've kind of just marked out, I want it to be around in there. So this is 30 inches tall. That's what I'm going to make it. So I'll go ahead and cut those, and then we'll start drilling the holes for the Craig jig. And I forgot to say, I cut it down to 4 shelves instead of 5. I still have the 5th one, which I could use as a backup, maybe if I mess one up, or I can just use it for another piece of wood. Or maybe if I sell the shelf, which I probably will, to get money for more tools and stuff. But I could just throw it in there for a spare in case somebody wants a really small shelf or something. Okay, so I'm using my Craig jig, pocket hole jig, to screw or drill a hole right here into 2 of these boards. 3 here, 3 here, and same with this one. On 2 of them, those will be the top and bottom boards. They will be screwed in, and the 2 in the middle will be adjustable. So I'm going to go ahead. I've already set the height of my, right here, the height for the thickness of my board. And I've already set it for the drill. And I forgot to set it for the drill bit, and I drilled a hole right through my pocket, this jig right here. But it still works fine. It doesn't cause any problems. But once I was just drilling holes, and I see this blue stuff, chips coming out, and I like freaked out. Okay, so I use an electric drill that plugs in. It has a lot more power, and it's a lot less torque and force on the drill motor. So I'm going to go ahead and drill these. Just one in the center, about. If you don't have one of these jigs, I recommend getting one if you would like to do just like woodworking projects, things around the house. It really helps to fix things, and it's really easy to use, and it makes nice hidden joints. I'm started making a octagon picnic table, which is right over here. I don't know if you can see it. It's right over there. And I use that for the where I put the octagon pieces in. And there's 8 pieces. So now on the top of the picnic table, it will be hidden. Same with the slats that are going into the picnic table. But I don't know if it's going to work out, because Dogs are barking again. They like to argue. I don't think it's going to work out because I'm using pallet wood and the pallet wood isn't flat and straight. It looks kind of crappy on the top. I'll go ahead and do this board. So now I have my holes drilled. Now we're going to go to the boards and drill a pocket hole shelf holes for the adjustable shelves. Well, that makes me mad. I opened up my box for the shelf jig, pin jig, and the drill bit is not in here. The stop collar and everything else is in here. The drill bit is not in here. I got this off of eBay, so I'm guessing the guy didn't put it in there or kept it. Maybe he did it on purpose, maybe he didn't. I don't know, I can't find the part. I didn't lose it anywhere because I opened it right here. Nothing. It's not here. I looked in here because it stores in here. It's not in there. Like I said, the collar and everything else is here. But it's not in here. So, I guess I'm not going to make the shelf adjustable. I'll just drill Craig jig holes in all of them. And just screw them in. Don't know what else I could do. I could maybe get a 1/4 inch. I'm going to try getting a 1/4 inch drill bit. Okay, so I forgot about making the video, but I already started putting these together. I cut these to length, which was 30 inches, and I put these two on, and since my shelf pin jig did not come with that drill bit, I'm just pocket hole screwing these all on. They will not be adjustable, but I'm trying to evenly space them as much as possible. I have my square in here, and I use my Craig clamp and trying to make sure these are square. And now you put screws in. You don't want to over tighten these, or they will go through the holes that you drill with the pocket hole. I'm gonna clamp it. I'm not gonna put that screw in yet. I'll go back over here, measure. Right there. Clamp this in. I really like these clamps. That little part of the clamp right here goes into your pocket hole, and then this clamps on the outside. Looks really good. I'll go ahead and put this screw in now. This is 5/8 thick, about 5/8. And so I set my jig for 5/8 and I'm using inch screws, which is recommended for it. This one's easier from the bottom. I just kind of tap it until you hear a sound difference. That means that they are tight. quite like a higher pitch impact sound. One more screw and then all the shelf will be in. Okay, so that is the shelf. Go back here a little bit. So this is the main shelf. So you can't see these grooves that are in here unless you go like this. But it'll be on the floor, so I wouldn't be able to see them anyways. So now I can just do some final sanding. I think I'm going to take the round over bit and round it over inside of all this. And well, no, because that will leave it rounded there and that won't look good. I'm going to round over, or I'm just going to sand over the edges, and that'll make it good enough. So now we're ready for some final sanding. I'll be using my orbital sander. Put on a smooth grit, which the smoothest that I have for this is 220 grit, which I don't ever go any higher than that. I'm not big on sanding. It's not the funnest part. And my boards are pretty smooth after going through the thickness planer. So I'm going to do some final sanding. Sanding, so I'll go ahead and sand the rest of it, and I'll be back. Okay, so I have it all sanded down. It's really nice and smooth. I think I'm going to put some of this fast drying polyurethane on it. I think it is no more a liquid. Let's check it. I think it's too old. So I think this polyurethane is too old. It's like solid in there. Or maybe there isn't that much left and it just dried out. I can barely get this off. Yep, that's not gonna work. crap. Well, oh crap, now it's going everywhere. Well, if you look at it, you can use it. There's just a layer, a gooey like layer. Yeah, you can chunks of it in here. Like a plastic dried out layer of it. Well, it'll still work. So get through this layer. There's chunks in here. I'll try to get one out. There's chunks. I don't know if I should. I think I'm gonna go ahead and use it. Maybe. It's pretty gooey. I'm gonna pour it out probably out of like a bowl so I can get chunks out. But it's really gooey in there. This polyurethane is a no-go. It's all gooey and chunky. I'm pretty sure polyurethane is not supposed to be jelly. So this is junk. There's big chunks in it. You'll look and get watch big chunks. Look at that. Totally not right. There's a big chunk. Yeah, look in the end. This can. It's all chunky in there. Yeah, that's not it. That's not gonna work. Well, I'm just gonna leave it like this for now. I still like it. It's nice and smooth. I probably will be selling this. But thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. And go ahead and try building your own.